You hear gunshots. It's crazy.
Well, and I guess when you're out there, people eventually sometimes get shot. Did Dick
Oh,
Cheney
yeah, they
shoot a
get
guy?
shot in the face? And he apologized. The other guy apologized. I'm sorry, I look like a bird.
It's amazing.
Hunting with a murderer
Hunters
like
are
Dick
amazing.
Cheney. Well, it's that's a different kind of hunting. He was just real king hunting. What that means is they literally open up a fucking gate and let these birds out.
No,
and
that's
the birds
that's
go
live
fly in the
skeet
air.
shooting.
It's wild
yeah,
shit.
That's different.
That's a creepy kind of hunting. But that's a very common hunting. Or they like let pheasants out and these guys just stand there and blow them out of the sky. It's kind of fucked up.
Have you gotten into the spearfishing thing?
No, I have not, but I do have a friend who, well, Renella is really into that. But Valentine Thomas, she's
Oh yeah.
she's got, go to her, she's amazing. And she's one of like the premier fisher people that's spreading the word of like how fun it is and wild it is. And she was a lawyer in Montreal and decided to be a spearfisher.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful. But look at that. Kill a fucking marlin. with a
Beauty
spear.
and marlin confirmed.
I mean, who the hell does that? Who the hell kills a marlin with a spear? But she's just really into the idea of promoting. Oh, that's her and I. Yeah, what is that? Oh, is that one of the Ping Trip ones? There's a guy named Ping Trip, and he takes things from the podcast and takes them and edits them so it makes it look like he'll take one of this and it'll make it look like you and I are having a conversation.
Oh man.
Where I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then you'll be like, hey, man. And then it's like, he does it, it makes it like a little play out of it. It's very fun.
Have you seen, there's this kid Michael who does like Wancho sound on Instagram. He's been doing these song mashups of Lex and Donaher and you and dare I say me. They're hilarious. So he does like remixes, like songs of them. And they're pretty funny.
The
you should
internet's
see.
amazing.
You're doing some funny stuff you're not aware of, but
I'm
anyway,
sure.
yeah.
What I wanted to get back to, though, I didn't finish my thought about these animals, these crazy antlers.
Yeah.
The problem with these animals with the crazy antlers is not just that it's gross and that they feed these animals and they release them on these properties and these guys shoot them and make it look like they do it when they really are basically shooting a tamed animal. The problem is they spread CWD. And one of the main ways that CWD gets spread is the captive cervid industry. There's a whole thing about this where some people that have a vested interest in the captive cervid industry are in denial about CWD and how dangerous it is. And it's spreading. If you like, see if you can. I had a scientist, God, I can't remember his name, Brian, who came on with my friend Doug Duran. My friend Doug, who owns a large farm in the driftless area. Do you know what that means? Where it was passed up. Brian Richards. It was passed by the glaciers. The glaciers didn't hit that area, so it's a beautiful, hilly, gorgeous country.
Yeah, I think in Wisconsin it's just kind of.
Yes, that's the area where the glaciers flattened it out. This is an area where the glaciers missed. So it's the driftless area of Wisconsin. It's gorgeous. It's called Cazenovia, Wisconsin. That's where it's at. And they are finding of their deer that have the CWD. And the problem with CWD is when an animal's infected, it starts oozing out of its mouth like this. See if you can find pictures of it. It's really gross.
They probably lose them because prion disease. Stan Prusener won the Nobel for prions. No one believed him, by the way, that this prion thing existed.
What year was this?
Oh, this was 2000. People usually get the prize a little bit later. It takes a while.
But they knew about mad cow before that, right?
Yeah, but the Swedes take their time making a decision. The Nobel Prize is never controversial who wins it. It's often controversial who doesn't. But who wins it, it's always, at least in the sciences, it's always an absolute slam dunk.
Interesting.
But people get ruled out, cry about it for years. But, in any event, Prusener was talking about prions, and basically the neurons degenerate. They kill themselves.
So nasty stuff hunters find on and in their deer, oozing green gunk, huge warts, parasitic insects, and more. The green gunk is what you have, that's disgusting, those parasites. But the green gunk is what you have to look out for. See if you can find CWD oozing deer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. See that deer? Yeah, they start dripping CWD. Oh, that's blue tongue. This is a different disease. they start dripping this CWD out of their mouth and nose, and it gets into the tree. See if we can find some other versions of it. It gets into the plants, and when it gets into the plants, it actually, I don't want to fuck this up, but I think it actually gets into the DNA of the plants. And somehow or another, it stays in those plants. It has a really long fucking half-life. And these new animals come along and they eat the plant and they get CWD from it. So the odds are, and these things, deer travel, right? They can travel for miles. And so they're traveling and they're spraying this oozy shit out of their mouth, and it's getting onto these other plants, and then other deer coming along and getting it and doing the same thing and spreading it, and it's now all through most of the country, and it's jumped from, it's now they found it in mule deer, and I believe they may have found it in elk. I'm pretty sure there's some instances of elk that have CWD as well. Elk are they roam far longer distances.
Elk is I'm so naive. Elk is a much larger animal.
Much larger. Yeah, it's one of the largest species.
Also
the
good
largest.
eating. That's
amazing.
So deer are good eating.
Elk is
excellent.
my favorite. Elk is my all-time favorite. But moose is amazing too. Moose, they're the biggest of the big. And that's also that thing that's directly related to cold weather. Right, the cold weather mammal's much larger mammals because they have to maintain body temperature. So deer, like a white-tailed deer, is a Saskatchewan, where it's really fucking cold. Whereas a white-tailed deer in Texas, they're tiny guys. You see them around, like I see them in my neighborhood. They're very small, like 150 pounds.
Can coyote get a deer?
Oh yeah.
It's vital to success.
Yeah, they get them. They bite their legs. You take their legs out from under them. The same thing with wolves do. They snatch their legs out. Yeah, and there's a particularly nasty type of coyote that lives in BC that they took out a woman in